What is going on, guys? Welcome to Raise Hail Praise Dale. I'm one of your hosts, JT Dallas.
I'm Voodoo. Welcome, Hail Raisers.
Yes, sir. We had racing this weekend, but it wasn't the Cup Series.
It was still kind of fun, though.
It was definitely some pretty good racing. I got to see my favorite track in action, so I'm not complaining about that. Well, I know we started a little segment a few weeks ago and kind of slacked off on it, but I'll go ahead and revive it a little bit. What's new in your world this week?
Well, first off, take a gander at our background. Happy Easter officially to those that celebrate it yesterday. Some little Easter eggs rolling through for you. Had a nice little crawfish bowl yesterday. It was pretty cool.
I worked all day yesterday.
Sucks to be you.
That it does.
Followed your path down a black hole. Got me a dang mystery box. Had some pretty cool stuff in it.
You're welcome.
But this weekend coming up, I will be heading to Talladega. Yeah, 39 cars I get to see on track. Let's go.
Sorry, guys, you see my camera moving everywhere. I'm trying to get it set up because I currently don't have Wi-Fi, so I get to use my iPad. So sorry, I'm trying to make it work, and it's not working.
I think it's hilarious that he's up in Oklahoma and has a New Orleans shirt on right now.
Yeah, you're welcome. I did that just for you.
I'm technically the next state over, but close enough.
Well, it's close enough.
Won't take me.
Everything I have is either too thick,
maybe a little over an hour to get down there. But yeah, looking forward to it.
It's a lot closer for you than it is for me.
True. What kind of new stuff you got going
on? Well, my crippling NASCAR addiction grows. Let's see here. I worked all weekend. I have worked all week. Sorry for the background noise. Yeah, just work so far.
Yeah, well, hopefully this week goes by quickly. Ready for Sunday.
Hopefully. Sunday.
I gotta find somebody to take my on-call for Sunday. Not responding to those on-call things. Oh, sorry, Bob. Hopefully everybody else had a great weekend.
Yeah. You ready to roll that intro and let's jump on into it? All right. So it's time to run that post-race breakdown. Love it. All right. So, of course, we were at Rockingham this weekend. Starting with ARCA, we had the Rockingham ARCA 125. Britt Cruz in the 81 car took the pole. And the first 5 of the top 10 were, of course, Britt Cruz, William Solek, Eloy Falcon. What a great last name.
I don't know if it's Falcon or Falcone. Just be like, either way.
Yeah.
Awesome name, either way.
Patrick Starpoli. That's a cool name, too. And Andy Jankowicz. I'm sure I'm butchering it. But there's your top 5.
I'll take the easy side of the top 10.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Coming in 6, you got Isaac Kitzmiller. The 76 of Cole Raz came in 7th. This one is probably the only weird one. In 8th place, number 2 of Laney Buis, guessing.
Is it Buis or is it Boost? Like juice, but boost?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. The number 6 came in 9th. That's LeVar Scott. And then finally, into your 10th spot would be Spencer Gallagher in the number 24.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, we had old trucks. I'll let you take it from here.
Black's Tire 200. Obviously, the purse staying the same amongst all Truck Series races. Be $782,900.
Give me the last 3 digits, and I'd be real happy.
Right. That'll come in handy this weekend to track. Coming away with the pole, number 13 of Mr. Jake Garcia. Not foreshadowing anything that may be coming later on in the show there. Nobody
Nope.
DNQ because they didn't have more than amount of trucks that they let run. I did have one guy jump to the back for unapproved adjustments. That'd be the 52 of Stuart Friesen. Your stage 1 and 2 winner would be Lane Riggs and the number 34 machine.
Yes, sir. And then, again, the first 5 of your top 10. In first place, winning the race, was Tyler Ankrum in the 18. And then Jake Garcia in the 13 took second. Daniel Hemrick in the 19 took third. Roger Caruth in the 71 fourth. And Grant Enfinger in the 9 took fifth.
Yeah. On the rounding out your top 10 there, starting in 6th, you got the 45 of Caden Honeycutt. Then in 7th, you got the 91 of Jack Wood. Mr. Corey Hyman, that 11 truck, came in 8th. The 81 of Connor Mozak came in 9th. And then in your 10th place would be the number 17 of Mr. Giovanni Ruggiero.
Yes, sir.
Couple of
We had
trucks that we like to follow if you want to cover them too.
Yep. We had Tony Breidinger in the 5. She finished 18th. And Frankie in the not so middle Muniz in the 33 finished 23rd.
That's almost in the middle.
Almost.
Or the middle he has been recently. Usually he's finishing like 30 somethings. But anywho, Xfinity fastest lap went to the 11 of Corey Heim on lap 127 with a 22.912. No post-race issues there. Tyler Ankrum is officially the winner.
We also had the. Uh-oh. That's cool.
Gotta excuse the technical difficulties. His Wi-Fi is acting up. He's running off of a hotspot instead. And not on his laptop either.
I'm sorry, guys. No, I'm on an iPad. That's why the camera angle and everything's garbage. Anyway, the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 purse is the same at $1,651,939. Oh, Mr. Connor Zilic got the pole in that 88 machine. There were 2 DNQs, but one kind of switched to the last minute. But the Catherine Legge did not qualify in the 32, but was later able to run. I forget what car she ran in. But and then
he took over JJ Ellie's ride.
Yeah, that's right. And then our resident fortune teller foretold
did I not call
second.
This?
You did. The second DNQ, which was the 74 of Dawson Cram. We did have a few, well, a little bit more than a few drivers to the rear. I'm sorry, I'm spacing out for some reason.
His Wi-Fi operates his brain too.
I guess so. Anthony Alfredo in the 42 had to go to the rear for unapproved adjustments, as well as Connor Zilic after taking the pole. That sucks.
Yeah.
Engine change of Grand Van Alst in the 35, and of course the driver change of the 53 for JJ Ailey, or in that case, Catherine Legge.
Stage 1. went to Mr. Nick Sanchez, and stage 2 went to the 26 of Dean Thompson. Technically, Mr. Jesse Love did win the race, but he, as well as Justin Bonsignore, have been DQ'd. Rockingham race. Justin's was just lug nuts not safely secured or something like that, but it was enough to where it qualified as a DQ instead of just a fine. But then Love's number 2 car violated rule 14.2I-5.H. In layman's terms, all mating surfaces between the truck trailing arm and the U-bolt saddle must be in complete contact with each other, like some parts on the car that hold the wheel and stuff on need to actually be completely attached, and apparently at some point they weren't. So he was DQ'd. Subsequently, Sammy Smith was declared the winner, and that gave him the $100,000 from the Dasher cash prize.
Yes, sir. Man, Jesse Love's pretty ticked right now.
They are going to appeal that.
I'm sure they are, but man.
And if it's not meeting everywhere, it's meeting everywhere. Kind of a rule you can't skirt around.
Yeah, it feels like that's kind of like a black and white rule.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna get very far. But
finishing out your top 5 there. Coming in second with Mr. Parker Retzlaff in the 4. Harrison Burton in the 25, which is the former one race win Cup driver. The 4.
Very true.
Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
I said I was agreeing with you about Harrison Burton.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
The 44 of Brennan Poole came in 4th. The 444 there, in case you didn't catch it. And the 54 of Taylor Gray came in 5th.
Following Taylor Gray, you got Austin Hill in the 21, came in 6th. Josh Williams in the 11 machine came in 7th. Jeb Burton in the 27 came in 8th. 9th place went to the 10 of Daniel Dye. And your last spot in your top 10 was the 51 of Jeremy Clements.
Yeah.
We do have some podcast favorites that we like to follow.
I don't know about
we don't bother any drivers, I promise. The number 42 of Anthony Alfredo, a.k.a. Fast Pasta, finished 15th. And in 27th, the 99 of Matty D. Burrito. That's where he came in. The Xfinity Fastest Lap went to Ryan Sieg, who I thought was going to win it for sure, but obviously I was mistaken after that last-minute wreck. But, yeah, he finished on the fastest lap on lap 167 with a 23.390.
Oh.
No post-race tech issues.
Other than Sammy Smith's issue. But, not Sammy Smith, but Jesse Love's.
Love. Yep.
Question for you before we move on from Xfinity.
What's that?
Who do you feel is at fault for that Catherine Legge incident that damaged Casey Kane and William Sawalik? You catch it?
I did, but I'd probably have to go back and watch it again because, I mean, this is going to sound like a really bad excuse, and I can promise you it's not. Saturday, I was in and out of work constantly. So, like, I mean, like, I didn't get to watch the race until I, like, laid down for bed, and then, like, I slept through half of it. So, I remember seeing it because, yeah. So, sorry.
I feel like it's Sawalik's fault. She was getting lapped, but I feel like she moved up enough to give them the bottom lane of the track. And he went into the corner, but then like came up into her lane and just ran through her.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember this now. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, because she moved out of the way and was going to let them by. And then, well, like you said, yeah. So I agree with you on that one. I thought it was a crappy move on his part.
Yeah.
But at the
Maybe
same
she could have gave
time,
a little more
that,
room, but
well, at the same time, that was like after all those restarts with like 50 laps to go and stuff, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't remember the
Yeah. So
exact
I
time it
mean,
took
like
place.
you also got to think about like maybe his tires just weren't allowing him to stay down, and maybe that shoved him up the. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, everybody's trying to blame her. I don't agree with.
Well,
Not saying she's
they're
the
trying
best
to blame.
driver in the world, but I feel like she did her part in trying to get out of the way.
I agree, but at the same time, it's like you said earlier, maybe she could have gave just a little bit more room. But I think it was more on Zalek.
Looks Casey King got caught up in there too because he was running.
I agree. He was running real well, and then he got. I don't think it was that wreck that put him in the back. It might have been though, because I know he got in like a couple more wrecks.
Yeah.
But he was still passing people without a fender, which is insane to me.
He probably would have been in contention to win that Joker at the end.
Yeah. And I mean, who knows? This might be a Casey Kane revival, at least every great once in a while. I'd like to see him back in Cup. But anyway,
No Cup stuff to cover, so we won't cover the rookies or RHPD Motorsports this week.
Yeah, I got a good feeling that tonight's going to be a shorter episode.
It's not going to be too bad because we got a lot of team changes and NASCAR updates on Trackside Trends.
That's very true. Alrighty, then welcome to Trackside Trends, a place where we talk about NASCAR updates, team changes, rule updates, pretty much all your basic news. And I will start this one off by talking about the World of Outlaws. They have signed a new sponsor for its late model series, the World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Model Series. NASCAR says that the second season of Full Speed, well, that's two different ones. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, where the space went.
Yeah, my bad. Well, so I'll take back that part. I didn't tell you when it was supposed to drop, but the World of Outlaws is signed a new sponsor.
Real American Beer Late Model. That is a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. Now, see if like they could have got Budweiser to sponsor it. It could just be like the Bud Late Model Series.
Busch Late Model Series.
Yeah. At least we'd have another Busch series, right?
Yeah, if we talk about the Busch series and not we talk about the ones right under Cup, and it'd be confusing as hell.
Right.
Anywho's,
but anyway.
Not that he spoiled this next one, but NASCAR says that the second season of Full Speed, the NASCAR docu-series will premiere on May 7th. Just a couple of weeks to wait for that.
I know my Netflix has been telling me that the new season's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming.
But yes, sir. NASCAR has updated its Cup DVP policy, where it used to not allow teams to replace the diffuser flaps, but now they are allowed to. So just, while they're making repairs, they're allowed to replace them.
Yeah. So one more part that they can replace while they are on that damaged vehicle policy clock.
Mm-hmm.
So
which makes sense because I feel like that's more of like a safety thing than it is anything. So the diffuser is meant to like keep the air around the car from
the air around so it doesn't go woo.
So it doesn't Ryan Priest itself out of existence.
Ryan Priest or Ryan Blaney or just
Ryan.
Might as well say Ryan.
It doesn't Ryan itself up.
So Xfinity at Pocono gonna be have an extended partnership with the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. So that will be the naming sponsor of that race for Xfinity. They're actually going to add 10 more laps this year and make it 250 miles total.
Nice. Speaking of racetracks, Kansas Speedway's upcoming NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has been dubbed the Heart of Healthcare 200. Finally, one that's not a mouthful.
Yeah, well, I guess that's order. Speaking of name changes, NASCAR has changed the name of its Drive for Diversity program, now known as the Driver Development Program. The change took place technically in the off-season, but it has been under consideration for the last couple of years in a bid to broaden the program's scope.
Nice. This next one, I've got a lot of names, and a lot of them I remember. Oh, dude, I hope one of them gets in. So, anyway, sorry, I was daydreaming for a second.
Couldn't tell.
NASCAR announces the nominees for the NASCAR Hall of Fame class of 2026. The modern era, which two of them get in, starts with Greg Biffle, Neil Bonnet, Tim Brewer, Jeff Burton, Kurt Busch, Randy Dorton, Harry Gant, Harry Hyde, Randy LaJoy, and Jack Sprague. Before I move on to the Pioneer, who do you pick the two that you think should be in there this year?
Well, I voted for him last season and didn't get selected, but I'm gonna go Harry Gant and Greg Biffle.
I was gonna go Neil Bonnet and Harry Gant. Those were my two.
I could see that. I just feel like Greg Biffle's done a lot of stuff for NASCAR off the track.
Same thing with Jeff Burton. I could see Jeff Burton getting in as well. Kurt Busch, I feel like he's still relatively new, so I don't think he's going to get in it this year.
Well, I don't know. Jimmy got in on the first try.
Yeah, but Kurt's not a 7-time champion either.
There's a lot of people that aren't 7-time champions that are Hall of Famers, just saying.
True. But one thing's for certain that we both agree on, the Skull Bandit needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. He should have gotten in last season, but I'm fine with Jimmy 100%. And Chad getting in.
100%. But moving on to the Pioneer era, where only one gets in, we got Jake Elder, Ray Hendrick, Banjo Matthews, Larry Phillips, and Bob Welborn.
Who you got on that group?
I want to say Ray Hendrick or Banjo Matthews. Those are the...
Ray Hendrick's my first choice there.
Yeah, I figured. Ray Hendrick's my first as well, but
pretty cool.
Anyway, that is
voting for those are open now. So vote.
Yes, sir. I know when I went to the Hall of Fame, they had just put up like all of Jimmy's stuff because he just was in the running for it.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty sweet. Got to see his 48 silver Ally car and all his fire suits and all that. It was pretty cool.
I definitely agree. Moving on to team changes, starting in the ARCA series. This hasn't exactly been a big secret leading up to this, but Nitro Motorsports will take over ownership of Venturini Motorsports at the end of the 2025 ARCA season, specifically October 15th, and they are going to stick with Toyota.
Gonna run the Yodas. Carson Hocevar will run 4 races for the number 7 Spire Motorsports truck. And those races will be at Texas, Kansas, Michigan, and Pocono.
And Jesse Little, previously the NASCAR, or part of the NASCAR competition department over the last few years, and a race director for some events, has moved out of NASCAR headquarters and into Sam Hunt Racing, where he is now the VP of Business Development. Cool little addition for them.
That is pretty neat. Speaking of moving, Ollie's Bargain Outlet will serve as the primary sponsor for Sheldon Creed across NASCAR Xfinity Series races this season, starting at Dega this coming weekend.
Yeah, I will unfortunately not get to see the track because I'm only going Sunday. But
what a loser! You should have bought tickets.
I only paid about $20 for my tickets for Sunday. So,
dang, you should have told me, and I would have met you there.
Well,
just kick your kids to the curb, and
Yeah, I don't let my kids anyway. Moving on, Mr. Todd Gilliland's got a new scheme for Atlanta in June. Gonna have the Renai go on that car. I think it's a little bit better than last season's scheme with that sponsor.
Yeah, it's definitely nice looking. I mean, it's pretty bland, but it's okay.
Simple but cool.
Yes, sir. So our next scheme, let's see if I can pronounce all these right. The Mexican telecommunications company, Telcel Infinite. That word. Thank you. I could I knew what I was trying to read, but my tongue just was not cooperating. Anyway, they will sponsor Daniel Suarez in the inaugural Cup Series race at Mexico City. It looks just like pretty much his other schemes, just blue.
Yeah, I like it a little bit better though.
Yeah.
The colors don't clash.
I think it would look better if like the 99 was like the one on top and foiled, but it's just my own personal preference. It looks like a Sirius XM car. That's what it looks like.
I could see that. But Catherine Legge must be doing something right because she's now signed up to do a lot of racing coming up. So let's get started on this. She's going to do some upcoming races at Mexico City, Chicago, Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and Richmond, all in the 78 for Live Fast Racing. And then, to top that off, she's going to do some Xfinity races too. Obviously, this weekend at Rockingham. She'll be at Talladega this weekend. Texas, Charlotte, Nashville, Atlanta, and Indianapolis with Jordan Anderson Racing. That's not all. There's more. She's also going to do multiple races for Spire Motorsports.
Wait, there's more.
Right. Going to do multiple races for Spire Motorsports in the number 07 truck, including Lime Rock Park and Charlotte. Lots of racing coming her way. If she succeeds in most of those races, maybe she'll be full-time.
I was about to ask, do you think she's going to try to jump full-time Cup?
I don't know if she'll get full-time Cup, but I could see like maybe squeezing into trucks or Xfinity.
Nice. Jesse Love's set to run Texas and Indy in the 62 C4 Energy Chevrolet for Beard Motorsports.
Yes, sir. Or Cup Series racing for him. Hopefully he'll have better luck than what he did his last start. We'll get a new sponsor for Zane Smith at Nashville. That would be Mystic Lubes. I actually kind of like this one. Kind of Mardi Gras, except for that red on there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's throwing me off. I would have really liked it if it didn't have the red.
I do like it. This will be at Nashville.
It's all right.
Not too shabby.
No, definitely not Alex Bowman's Nashville 2024, but it's not bad.
It's going to be hard to top that one.
That's fair. Haas Factory Team and Cole Custer have Texas A&M as primary sponsors for the Coca-Cola 600. That's at Charlotte, for those of you that don't know.
I feel like this is the same Texas A&M scheme that was run last season.
Pretty sure it is. Yeah, because it looks like it's got that digi camo in it. Yeah.
I'm not complaining though.
It would make a better Army car than it would anything.
I agree.
But anyway, That's all the schemes we got. Are you ready to move on to Race Day Horizon?
Let's do it to it. I guess this is moving a little bit faster than normal episode would.
Oh, well.
But it's all good. Somebody's neighborhood. Ready for the schedule.
The schedule. All right, so I'll start. Friday, April 25th, starting at 4 p.m., the ARCA practice for Talladega Superspeedway is, I don't think that one's televised anywhere. But the Xfinity qualifying at 5:30 will be on the CW app.
Yes, sir. And then on Saturday, we get some fun stuff started. 10:30 in the morning, we get to see the Cup qualifying on Prime. See who takes that pole. I'm going with. I don't know. I feel like Michael McDowell's the safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
He's usually pretty good at qualifying at super speedways, but he may not pull it off this time. I don't know.
I'm going to go Willie B on qualifying.
Really? I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Hendrick does like to do well in qualifying. I know who it's not going to be. Not going to be any Yodas.
No. No, you won't see the Yodas until probably mid stage 2, be my guess. That's when they usually start showing up. They have a very good long run. But when it comes to which I know we're talking about speedway, so.
Drafting, they're fast. But qualifying, single car, they're kind of garbage. But anyways, we get to watch some General Tire 200 ARCA racing on FS1 at 12:30 in the afternoon. Whopping 76 laps at the Dega. Guess who's gonna be there?
Well, not you.
No,
that's Saturday.
Me. That's Saturday. Yeah. Pretty sure Mr. Cletus McFarland is supposed to be making another start there.
Nice.
I could be wrong though. I'm pretty sure it was Talladega, and I think Bristol gonna be the other one. Then moving on to Xfinity again, we got NASCAR Countdown starting at 3 o'clock on the CW, followed by the Ag Pro 300 at 4 o'clock on the CW. First and second stage are both 25 laps. The final stage is 63 laps for a whopping total of 113 laps.
Yes, sir. And April 27th, that would be
Sunday.
Hang on, baby Jesus, this won't be about me.
For some reason it's
Nice. I didn't think you'd have your sound still.
Oh, did it work?
It did.
Okay, see, I couldn't hear him. That's why I was like, I don't know if you can hear him, but anyway, NASCAR race day starts on FS1 at 1:30 p.m. and continues on Fox at 2. And then the race, the Jack Links 500, starts on Fox at 3 p.m. The first and second stages are 60 laps apiece, and the last stage is 68 laps for a grand total of 188 laps. A parade lap honoring Bobby Allison will be done before the Cup race.
The temperature.
They still do the.
Go ahead.
What? I was going to say they still do the semi around the track, don't they? To start it out with.
Yeah, semi with the big flag on the back of
the huge American. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is I've looked up the weather for this one. I know we haven't been doing the weather recently, but since I'm going, I had to look it up because I was curious. So according to the app that I looked at, the high is 87 degrees. It's going to be nice and toasty.
Oh, you're going to die.
And there is a whopping 10% chance of rain. So think we'll be clear for no rain.
It's going to be hot.
Well, the sucky part is going to be 87 and barely any clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
That's going to be rough.
I feel sorry for you. Hey, but at least when you get hot, it won't rain and cool everything down way too fast and make everybody sick.
True. That was rough.
That was that.
That was real rough.
Man, that was real rough. All right, so let's look at the entry list. We've got 41 entries for Xfinity, meaning there will be 3 DNQs. Cup, we've got 39 entries, with a couple of people that y'all guys might know. We got the 44 of JJ Yaley, the 62 of Anthony Alfredo, and the 78 of BJ McLeod.
I could see BJ being up front for a little bit. He usually finds his way to the front at some point.
Yeah.
We do got some new sponsors and not so new schemes to look at.
Very true.
But since they were available, we're gonna throw them up for you. Starting off, we don't not have a scheme for this one, but number 1 of Ross Chastain will be running a jockey scheme. Didn't say anything about outdoors or anything fancy, so I don't know what scheme it will be, but we shall
I
see.
really liked their American flag ones they ran that one year.
That was nice. I think that was for Charlotte though.
Yeah, it was the Coke 600. I know that. I just remembered them because they looked really good on track. That was before we started doing the podcast, so they had to be like 23, 22, somewhere there.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on to Penske. We've got all 3 Penske schemes, and you've seen them all before. Austin Cindric is running the Menards Quaker Estate. Brian Blaney's running the Advanced Auto Parts. And, of course, Joey Logano's running Shell Pennzoil.
Surprise.
Yep.
I'd say Ryan Blaney's car out of these 3 would be the best. Those 3.
I agree. But it's also the same scheme that he's ran forever with this sponsor.
Yep. But it's cool to see the sponsor sticking around.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Front Row Motorsports. We got all 3 of their cars, and you've seen all 3 of these before.
Yep.
Got the number 4 of the Rural King, 34 of Loves, and the 38 of Title Max.
Yes, sir. Moving on to Kyle Busch, we've got the NicoKick.com/zone, which, I mean, I do like it a lot better than the regular zone car.
It's an upgrade. And I think the Nico Kick thing, maybe from the sound of it, I don't know if it's the nicotine pouches that they're promoting or being able to kick the nicotine habit. I don't know.
I don't know. If it is, I think it's the nicotine pouches, because if it is the kicking the nicotine habit, they have nicotine pouches still on the car. Because that's what zone is. So,
well, maybe we can get the proper answer delivered via Chase Elliott in this Prime scheme. 2-day delivery.
I like that scheme. It's not bad.
It kind of is pretty close to what Progressive's got going on Denny Hamlin's car.
Yeah, but I like this scheme a little bit better. There's less open space to it.
Technically, this is supposed to be Prime Video. They're promoting their races that are about to come up.
Yeah. But next is a disappointment. Oh, we got old Christopher Bell's Sport Clips, which is trashy. I don't think we have the. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be just like Denny Hamlin's, but.
Yeah.
Still.
Now, this next scheme here, I might have to find a way to grab it.
Oh, my Lord.
John Hunter Nemechek running a Dollar Tree scheme, but guess what? Jack Links has taken over the car.
That sucker looks good. I like
the Sasquatch fella all over the place with the flannel.
If only you could get it somewhere without going through Lionel.
Good luck.
Yep.
It is a pretty car, though.
There's no guarantee.
Can't wait to see it on
There's no
track.
guarantees even Lionel's gonna make it.
Yeah.
Next is Eric Jones running the Massey Motor Freight.
We don't have that
I'm
scheme
wondering if
either.
this is gonna. I'm just wondering if it's gonna be that red one that John Hunter Nemechek ran last year.
That's what I'm expecting it to be. Something pretty similar to that.
The Dale Earnhardt kind of throw off. That's what I see it as.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like the Bud car.
Cody Ware in the 51, throwing a little twist on his Arby's car this week. It's going to be in collaboration with AC Barbecue Sauce.
Yes, sir.
Don't have that scheme either.
Nope. But we do have this next one. Ryan Preece in the Celsius car. It's the normal Celsius scheme.
With the RFK twist.
Yeah. I still don't care for it. I mean, it's
I don't know. I think it looks good with the 60 on it.
It does look good with 60 on it. It's just, I don't really care for the scheme in general. I feel like it's a very lazy scheme.
Yeah.
The RFK does add a little bit to it.
Now, this next scheme is brand spanking new. Ain't been seen before. Mr. BJ
That it
McLeod
is.
has pulled some sponsorship for Talladega. Not just going to be a black car, it's going to be sponsored by a Pigeon Forge racing coaster.
I love this car. It makes me think of dirt track, late model. Like, I like this car.
I wonder if that yellow on it is like that fluorescent neon yellow stuff going on. You know, the construction yellow.
That's what it looks like, and that's what I think. That's what really makes me feel like dirt. You know, like B mod car.
If it is indeed that bright yellow, then it's gonna pop on track.
Oh yeah. And then of course next we've got, well, we don't have the scheme, but Daniel Suarez Wendy's Frosty scheme. So
Will probably be the blue with the frosty on the back of it.
kind of like what
SVG.
Castroneves ran. I was thinking Castroneves, but he had a burger on his, so
Same color though.
yeah. All right, so are you ready to go to Slick Scheme Spotlight? All right. Same as always, Slick Scheme Spotlight is brought to you by Happy Hour Racing. One-stop shop for all your F1 and NASCAR needs. I use them personally. They're awesome. You should go check it out. And when you do check out, use code RHPD to support the podcast with no extra cost to you.
All kinds of cool NASCAR F1 stuff, and they actually ship it out pretty quick and get it to your house.
Mm-hmm.
All nice and neat and ready to be shown off to other people's.
Yes, sir.
Starting off this week will be Mr. Daly.
Yes,
we
sir.
did it
So
a
we
little
did
bit
SQ.
different this week because there was no cup race. So he picked trucks, and I picked Xfinity from this past weekend.
Yes, sir. So for my truck, I picked the 13 of Jake Garcia, just because I love the scheme. It kind of popped on track. I know you're like, but Dally, this was orange and gray truck. How did it pop? I can't explain it. It just looked really good on track.
Bet
It's
you
the
that
one that I
orange did
followed. Oh yeah, it was so good. I loved it.
I'm a fan of orange too, by the way.
I mean, there was a couple of green trucks, but they didn't pop anything like this. So that's the reason I chose this truck. He qualified on the pole and finished second, so he had a great day after all those restarts and wrecks and everything else. He still managed to stay in the top 5. So
He also got quite a few stage points. Stage 1 he finished second, and stage 2 he finished third.
Yep.
So
yep, he was on it all day Saturday. It's Friday, whatever day.
Excellent points day for him.
Yes, sir. He currently sits second, if I remember right, or seventh in the Craftsman points.
A little bit of a difference there.
Yeah. Sorry, I misspoke.
It never happens.
Oh no, never.
That's his scheme for Slick Scheme Spotlight, and here is mine from Xfinity. You know what's funny? I almost picked a car that was black and orange from Xfinity. But instead I decided to go with Garrett Smithley and his Molly Strong car. This is to kind of go. What Molly Strong does is they kind of support child cancer research, so pretty cool backing there. Not quite as good of a day for him. He started way back in 33rd and moved up a handful of spots, finished in 22nd, but it is a pretty cool car. It almost looks like it would be like a child's, well, Easter, but like a child's kind of cartoon storybook or something. Pretty cool.
I got Looney Tunes vibes off of it.
I could see that, yeah. A cool little story that they're supporting there. So that's the reason why I decided to go with that one. That's my scheme. Pretty cool.
Looks good, homie. So with us switching it up, whose turn is it to do the outro?
Well, I did the last car, so it would be yours. But before we do that,
right,
we need more Hellraisers because they're still stuck at 127 of y'all.
Yes, sir. So if you got some friends that are starting to watch NASCAR and are kind of curious about it, we do have, and we started a series for new people to NASCAR where we kind of explain. We have our team breakdown right now. So we kind of talked about everybody who's on a team, that's chartered teams and all that. And we talked about continuing with different aspects of NASCAR where we can just explain it to someone who might not know. Yes, so be on the lookout for that one. Like I said, the team video just popped out this last Thursday. So instead of our scheme scene, because we didn't have any cup racing, we decided to do that. But also, go follow us on our socials. I've been trying to post pretty regularly on all those. Our TikTok is kind of taken off. I mean, I think we're at like 250 followers, I think, on TikTok. So,
all right. Just 750 more to go, and you'll be able to go live.
I can go live now. They updated that.
Oh, well. Fine then.
Yeah. Know your place. Anyway. Yeah. Let's see here. Any other news? Oh, okay.
Merch.
I see you.
We got new merch.
We do have new merch. We have. Sorry, my screen's being stupid. We have. Did you ever get that one thing uploaded?
That last one you sent me?
Yes.
I did.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I haven't had time to check it. We have
I don't know if it's
throwback.
approved yet. Let me see if it's approved. I did submit it.
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you guys anyway. We've got a 90s throwback where I took the best to my abilities to make a 90s shirt, but make it RHPD. I like it. I'm probably going to order it. Let's see.
Ignore them.
No, you're good. I'm honestly trying to think of a better way to explain it. I just see like a head pop out and just. I love it. I don't know. You know more than I do, but I still know. Oh man. But anyway, did it get approved or do you know yet?
I'm working on looking into it right now.
Okay. So we do
got
have
all the multi-factor authentication stuff going on, so I have to get the code and all that stuff.
But we do have a couple more designs in the works. But for our 90s
still in
nostalgia,
review.
Gotcha. So we might have to tweak it just a little bit, do some things here and there. But if you go on there, hopefully by tomorrow, you'll see a brand new Raise Hell Praisedale shirt, a Hellraisers 90 edition. Which, speaking of new Hellraisers, we also have a Hellraisers official Hellraiser shirt. So you can go and get you that.
It's certified Hellraiser.
Oh, certified. That's right. Yeah, certified. So you can get you a shirt that says Certified Hellraiser, support the podcast. We also got stickers and all kinds of good stuff. Did we ever upload the mascot that we talked about?
We did not. We still need to tweak that one some.
Okay, I'm just making sure before I announce that one too.
We only got 4 mascots right now.
Yep.
Which we might tweak some of them.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them that we kind of need to
burrito. We might need to redo.
That, and we probably just need to get rid of Joey Lasagna, and yeah, that's the one that I was like. Mm. But my favorite's still the Cucumber Cowboy, the OG.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever redo him.
Nah, he's perfect.
I mean,
but anyway,
his Cucumber has 2 back legs on one side, but that's okay. So we're leaving it.
And don't worry about that one. Anyway, I was also thinking about making a sticker of the Superbird.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll send you that file.
I was almost thinking for like the mascots, maybe if we just have them on some of the smaller items instead of like full T-shirts of the whole thing.
See, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
that's something we can talk about offline there.
Because like it looks really good on a water bottle. See, I have my.
Well, that's before I realized you can adjust the size of them and stuff too. So the new water bottles, I don't have that style of water bottle on there anymore. I got the 17-ounce ones, a little more of a long neck style, but the stick, the things are a little bit bigger on the bottom.
I got a great idea. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna sign this, okay? So when you win the giveaway this year, you'll get this limited edition water bottle with the Wrap It Up sticker.
Hey, nice.
Because believe it or not, we are actually working on giveaways. And I think this year's giveaway is going to be a little cooler than last year's.
Maybe. It's all on perspective.
It is all in perspective. I mean, last year's we gave away a couple signatures, so.
I'm probably going to bring this with me this weekend.
Get it signed some more.
Yeah, hopefully try to find some people that haven't got it signed. But
it's too bad you didn't have the next gen hat. That's what I'm going to start calling the new hats. The next gen hats.
Next gen hats. I'll definitely have to order it if I go to another race this season. I'll have to order it beforehand.
So next season, I'm going to try to collab with you at the beginning of the season where we can plan a race where we can meet up. I'm going to order like 5 of those certified Hellraiser hats, and then I'm just going to give them out. So that's next season, though.
Okay. Maybe we'll hit our goal of 300 people by then.
Hopefully. But anywho's, since it's my turn to read us out, I about adjusted the microphone that's not doing anything for me. If your tires turn to the left and your gas tank's wet, because this is Rachel Hale Praisdale, we are signing off.